Hello, young artists. Guess what time it is? It's pumpkin time. Well, almost. Pumpkins are growing around us. This is the time of the year that they are getting bigger, and we're going to use this time to learn a little bit more about the color wheel. And I'm going to show you how to draw pumpkins today. I'm also going to show you how to not draw pumpkins. So let's get started. The words I want you to know from the color wheel are primary. Primary means first. The primary colors are blue and yellow and red. When you mix those colors, you get all the other colors. If I mix red and yellow, I get orange. This is a big orange paper that I have today, and we're gonna use some orange, or you may use some orange to color your pumpkin. Most pumpkins are orange. If I mix red and blue together, I get violet or purple. And if I mix yellow and blue paint together, I would get green. So we have the primary colors, yellow, red, and blue. The secondary colors, that's just what comes next when you mix those primary colors together. This is the word secondary. The word second is in it. The secondary colors are green, orange, and violet. I'll show you again on the color wheel. Red and yellow make orange, yellow and blue make green, and blue and red make violet. I also want to show you that one side of the color wheel, these colors look like a sunset or like a campfire. We call these the warm colors. I used a warm color, pink, to write the word warm. The other side of the color wheel has cool colors, and I used blue, a cool color, to write that word. Now, I'm going to show you how to not draw a pumpkin. Just watch first. Sometimes people draw them like this. They make a circle. Let me make that a little thicker so you can see it better. And then they just put straight lines on it. That doesn't really look like a pumpkin, not like the ones in this book. I'll show you at the end of the book when the pumpkins get really big. They look really curvy. And we know about straight and curvy lines. So here I have a curve, but lots of straight lines. I don't think real pumpkins in nature have lots of straight lines. So I'm going to draw a pumpkin another way, but it's still not quite right. Let me show you. Some people start, they just draw a really bumpy line like that, and they put a stem on it and call that a pumpkin. That's okay, but I can do better. Let me show you another thing that people do. They start to draw an oval, and they do the bumps, and then they go lower and lower like this. And that doesn't look quite right either. Let me show you another way. I'm going to draw really big right here. I'm going to switch to another color so that my line is thicker. And I'm just using a regular marker. I'm using blue because I want you to see it well instead of orange. I am going to draw an oval. And on my paper, this is about as big as my hand, I am going to go back to the top and go up a little higher. See how that line I just made is a little higher than this line? And I'm going to come out and curve it around. But wait a minute, slow down. I don't want it to go lower. I actually want it to go higher right here than this line. You can continue on, or you can do the other side so that your drawing of your pumpkin has balance. I made this one a little thicker than this one. That's okay. I'm going to go back up here. I'm going up a little higher and out, but notice I'm not going out as far, and then I make it a little higher up on my paper. So this is really wide. This is not as wide, and this is even less wide. I'm talking about the space in between my lines. I need to balance this side right here. And then I'm going to add a stem. It would probably be brown, like that. I could add part of the vine, like that. And then I would color it in, of course. I have got two primary colors here, the red and the yellow, and in between are all these different oranges. See what kind of oranges you have in your crayon box and use those to color your pumpkin. But wait a minute, what about the other two secondary colors? The green and the purple. Well, I've got those too. So I can use all three secondary colors in my drawing. I could also use brown for the stem, and I would color that in like this. I could use the green, which is a secondary color, for part of the vine. I'm just going to go over the marker part to color that in. And then for the pumpkin, I'm going to use a yellow. Now that's a primary color, but I'm going to make kind of a highlight and color just part of it at the top where the sun might be shining on it. And then I would go over that with one of my oranges. I'm going to choose this kind of light orange right here, and I would color that in. I'm using the secondary color. Here's the word secondary again. I'm using the color orange, the secondary color orange. And I'm not coloring the bottom right now. My magnets are moving around a little bit. I'm going to color this in. I'm going over the top of that yellow, and that way I can get a little bit of a blend. If you have watercolor paints at home, you could use that too. I'm going to use one of my darker oranges, or it's more of a red orange, and I'm going to color the bottom part of the pumpkin. I still have to think about that secondary color, purple. How am I going to use the color purple today when I am making an orange pumpkin with a brown stem and a green vine? Well, I will show you. Cool colors often make us think about things like water, or maybe a blue-gray cloud on a rainy or stormy day. But some cool colors make me think of shadows. So here's that secondary color, purple, that comes from red and blue mixed together. And I'm going to go under my pumpkin, and I'm going to make a shadow. I'm going to go underneath, and notice my hand is going left to right. It makes the shadow look like it's laying down on the ground. And because the pumpkin is round, because I made this lower, that helps make it look round. I'm going to bring my shadow out a little farther, and I'm going to make my shadow look round too. See if you can draw the oval and the curvy shapes like I made today for a pumpkin. See if you can use all three secondary colors when you color it in. Please find a way to show me your drawing. If you are a grown-up, you can snap a picture of it and send it to my email at ellisk.surrey.k12.nc.us, or on my haiku page, you can message me and show me a picture that way. I'll see you next time.